Hello, FoodFAQer. Welcome back to a whole new week of 12 Days of Cookiemas.
I love Cookiemas. It's my favorite time of the year, Marty.
Eric, well, you know what? I have to confess that we've been talking about cookies for so many fucking weeks straight that I'm pretty ready for the new year.
I am a little cookied out. I don't think I've made this many cookies, or at least attempts to cookies.
Attempts.
So we have had some interesting
Fails.
situations occur. We're not going to call them failures. We call them opportunities.
Learning opportunities.
There have been some interesting learning opportunities. Some that we're still trying to correct.
Yeah, but we're dedicated to that shit.
Yeah. Let me just say, I'm going to own stock in
butter.
Irish butters. Okay.
That's the fucked up part, that we're really experimenting with expensive butter, which is...
It's not cheap butter. It's like $5 a stick.
So it bothers the shit out of me but here we are, right? We're going to make it easy, and we're going to make them right.
Well, we're going to do the cookies that came out correctly.
That's right. Cause we're not going to stiff you guys. We only want to make good stuff that we know you can make easily.
But I swear to God, we're going to get one of these recipes correct that we're working on.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like the simplest fucking thing.
It's not always the case.
Yeah, I guess.
It's always the simple things that fuck you in the ass. Yeah.
Not always. Sometimes complicated things fuck you in the ass too. You gotta get rid of them.
Fuck you, Jason.
Whoever that is.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. So, okay. But today we're going to make something that's relatively easy, and it's a sugar cookie base, which I think there's so many Christmas cookies now that we've been really knee deep researching this that are really just a sugar cookie in a different outfit.
Right.
Anyway, so what are they, Keter? I'll let you announce.
These are really simple. They're good. I make them every year. These are jam thumbprint cookies.
So tell me.
Super easy, Mariela. So you're going to take flour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you want exact measurements, the recipe that I was using, it's 1 3/4 cup of flour. You're going to take, it's a simple sugar cookie. Flour, baking powder, kosher salt, butter, granulated sugar, egg, vanilla extract. That's it.
I'm going to link it in the show notes, so we don't have to get too precise.
For once.
Move on.
Anyways, get 2 or 3 of your favorite jams. I like raspberry jam for this. And I'm not a raspberry person. But I really like raspberry jam for this. So you're going to make your cookie dough, roll it into a ball. And then when you put it on your parchment paper, you're literally just going to take your thumb and you're just going to push down in the middle of this cookie. Take a little bit of jam, put it in the middle, put it in the oven, 350, about 11 minutes, 12 minutes. Take it out, jam thumbprint cookie. What I do like to do on the side is I like to make a little glaze for it. It's the holidays, so a little festive. And you take a cup of powdered sugar, add just a little bit of milk, mix it together, and it becomes a glaze. And just put the glaze on top of it. You
could even make a glaze with a citrus juice if you wanted to make it with a little bit of lemon or a little bit of orange, and make it, if it complements the jam, obviously.
Well, let's give a little tanginess to it. I might cut some of the sweetness of the cookie.
I kind of prefer that. You know me, I'm not a sweet type of person.
Can I tell you, these cookies, as simple as they are, and as almost traditional of a cookie this is for this time of the year, can I tell you, I get the most craziest compliments over these cookies?
Because nobody makes them anymore.
Right.
Nobody makes them anymore. These are things
I get these insane compliments over Marty, these are the first cookies to go. I bring cookies to work for my team all the time. These are the first cookies to always go. People love them.
I think, for us, cooking is kind of second nature, but it's honestly, people don't do it anymore, and it's a dying breed. Right. You can't find a lot of these traditional Christmas cookies at the store anymore. You only find the Italian sprinkle cookies for some reason are always available.
Right.
But these kind of are special. And I just wanted to talk about when you make these, there's some tricks, right? That even though it's simple, there's some tricks that you need to think about when you make this dough, right? So when you go ahead and roll it up, before you do all that stuff, you're going to have to chill your dough. Otherwise, it's going to spread out too much and your cookie will be flat. So you need to have a nice cold dough so that it'll hold its shape when you put it in the fridge. Another thing is...
They're meant to be small, not small, but they're meant to be it's not like a big chocolate chip cookie you're eating.
Right.
It's a smaller little cookie because it has the jam in the middle of it. Marty, do you remember years ago, in the packages, think they're like Knott's Berry Farm cookies.
Yeah.
That this is kind of what it is, like the better homemade version of it.
Yeah, it's almost like you're creating like a little pedestal almost for the cookie to put the jam onto. They're little. They're not like a gigantic cookie. Another thing that happens with these cookies, sometimes they can crack when you put your thumb into it. So it's a thumbprint because you create the indentation with your thumb. And when you do that, sometimes it'll crack. Why does that happen? Because when you're measuring flour, you can't just like take your scoop and shove it into the flour bag and take it out and have a compact measure of flour. When you put it in, you have to aerate your flour, which means you have to like move it around and make it nice and fluffy. And then you spoon it into your cup. Or if you have a big enough receptacle for your flour, you can like maneuver it in there so that you can get your flour nice and airy. And then you just brush off the top with a knife to make it nice and smooth. That's how you measure flour, especially, and it's not, to the detriment of every cookie, but this one, I feel like you need to really measure your flour out nicely. Otherwise, it gets too dry and it doesn't look as pretty as it could if you don't.
And I think the biggest takeaway is refrigerate the dough. Yes. I don't refrigerate doughs, but this dough I do refrigerate.
You have to, because otherwise it's not going to come out. It's not the pedestal. It's not the jam pedestal of your dreams if you don't do it.
Well, no, it's going to spread to this really big cookie. It's going to look like a weird egg. That's what your cookie's going to look like.
Oh, I just had a thought. Anyway, so yeah. It's not going to be good. And then always make sure that your oven is on the right temperature. And every oven is a little bit quirky. So you have to learn your oven too. Sometimes like the corner will be hot. I've had ovens like that before. Or you'll have to make sure that you rotate in the middle of your baking to make sure that they're getting even color. Like these cookies, they don't hide like mistakes very well, I think. Like you have to get it right. Well,
the thing is, these cookies, they're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be uniform, but they do have to look a little good because people are going to eat with their eyes first. Mm-hmm. And it's not like a chocolate chip cookie where it's meant to be bumpy and mound. That this is supposed to just be like a nice, soft, buttery cookie with the jam in the middle.
It's pretty.
At the end of the day, it's going to be delicious. That glaze will cover up some mistakes, just let you know.
That's true.
So the glaze will cover up some of the mistakes.
Yeah.
But Mari, I'm telling you, these cookies are the first one. Make these cookies and pick a couple different jams. I like to do raspberry and strawberry, but you could pick a couple different jams. You could pick other marmalades, things like that. Anything that you like to eat, go ahead and do it. Except for grape jelly. Grape jelly is fucking disgusting.
Oh man, I really love grape jelly inside my sausage sandwiches in the morning. So good.
It's because you're disgusting. Grape jelly to me is the nastiest jelly ever.
I mean, I don't know. It has a place. It has a place.
No, there's no place. There's a place in hell. That's where the place is.
Well, I disagree with you.
Can I tell you though, my favorite soda is grape soda.
It's the best. Or orange. So flipping good.
I'm not an orange person either.
I like it. My daughter likes orange soda, so now I sip on it every so often, and I'm like, where have you been all my life? Remember that Orange Crush that we used to buy the powder?
Mm-hmm.
Shit's delicious. You loved it.
The orange powder crush for the water, that's good.
It's the same shit.
That's really good. Different. The zero sugar sun-kissed orange soda is not bad.
It's so good. What? Remember?
But I can't get grape soda sugar-free.
No?
No, I'm not wasting 220 calories on fucking soda.
I didn't realize they didn't make it sugar-free.
Not anymore. Probably it's not where I live.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's regional, like mint extract. I can't find fucking mint extract to like save my life.
I can find it in every grocery store here.
Nobody gives a shit about mint in Miami. It's not happening. Unless it's in a mojito and it's fresh. Nobody gives a shit.
I think it's because your weather doesn't change.
It's absolutely because my weather doesn't change. It's what it is.
Your weather's changed a little bit this past week. You've had some nice weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's not minty, apparently.
It's not minty enough.
Anyway, so I'm going to link the recipe to these and just, take into account our little tips and tricks so that you can make the prettiest cookie that you can. And it'll be easy. And don't forget, like, you can also complement the taste the jam that you use to the glaze that you put on it. So if you want to like play off of that, you can make them your own. You know what I mean?
Good stuff.
Make them pretty and special. And this will be a fantastic addition to your cookie box. And if you listen to our episodes last week we were just kind of more preparing more so than baking. I think we had one baking recipe in there. The other ones were just no bake cookies. So this can be kind of like your fancy cookie in your box if you decide to make it. Okay, guys. So tomorrow we'll be back with a brand new cookie that you're going to love and want to make all year round, not just now. Right, Keeter?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bing.